one to watch the quiz via the live YouTube stream you'll have been given a link to, and the other to set up and use a virtual keypad. To set up the virtual keypad, use your smartphone or tablet and go to buzzerpad.com. You'll then see this page where you need to add your name as you want it to appear. And you need to tap in the PIN code shown on the live stream before pressing go in the blue box. Your keypad is now set up, but to activate it you'll either need to press the finger at the top of the screen or any of the letters. The live stream will show the number of participants, and this will change as more people log in. When the quiz gets underway, the questions will be shown on the live stream and they'll also be read out. You need to answer as quickly as possible by pressing the letter corresponding to the answer you think is correct. The points go down as the timer ticks down, so the quicker you answer, the more points you stand to gain. Good luck and hope you enjoy taking part. This is a short video to show you how to log in to play our interactive online quiz. It's recommended that two devices are used, one to watch the quiz via the live YouTube stream you'll have been given a link to, and the other to set up and use a virtual keypad. To set up the virtual keypad, use your smartphone or tablet and go to buzzerpad.com. You'll then see this page where you need to add your name as you want it to appear. And you need to tap in the PIN code shown on the live stream before pressing go in the blue box. Your keypad is now set up, but to activate it you'll either need to press the finger at the top of the screen or any of the letters. The live stream will show the number of participants, and this will change as more people log in. When the quiz gets underway, the questions will be shown on the live stream and they'll also be read out. You need to answer as quickly as possible by pressing the letter corresponding to the answer you think is correct. The points go down as the timer ticks down, so the quicker you answer, the more points you stand to gain. Good luck and hope you enjoy taking part. This is a short video to show you how to log in to play our interactive online quiz. It's recommended that two devices are used, one to watch the quiz via the live YouTube stream you'll have been given a link to, and the other to set up and use a virtual keypad. To set up the virtual keypad, use your smartphone or tablet and go to buzzerpad.com. You'll then see this page where you need to add your name as you want it to appear. And you need to tap in the PIN code shown on the live stream before pressing go in the blue box. Your keypad is now set up, but to activate it you'll either need to press the finger at the top of the screen or any of the letters. The live stream will show the number of participants, and this will change as more people log in. When the quiz gets underway, the questions will be shown on the live stream and they'll also be read out. You need to answer as quickly as possible by pressing the letter corresponding to the answer you think is correct. The points go down as the timer ticks down, so the quicker you answer, the more points you stand to gain. Good luck and hope you enjoy taking part. This is a short video to show you how to log in to play our interactive online quiz. It's recommended that 2 devices are used, one to watch the quiz via the live YouTube stream you'll have been given a link to, and the other to set up and use a virtual keypad. To set up the virtual keypad, use your smartphone or tablet and go to buzzerpad.com. You'll then see this page where you need to add your name as you want it to appear. And you need to tap in the PIN code shown on the live stream before pressing go in the blue box. Your keypad is now set up, but to activate it you'll either need to press the finger at the top of the screen or any of the letters. The live stream will show the number of participants, and this will change as more people log in. When the quiz gets underway, the questions will be shown on the live stream and they'll also be read out. You need to answer as quickly as possible by pressing the letter corresponding to the answer you think is correct. The points go down as the timer ticks down, so the quicker you answer, the more points you stand to gain. Good luck and hope you enjoy taking part. Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Spyrights Live for the second online interactive quiz. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're well. So hopefully you've all had a look at the video, which tells you just how to operate your keypad, set it up and operate it. You need to go on to buzzerpad.com. Put in your username as you want it to appear on the screen. And also put in that PIN number, which is 51459. Over 20 people already signed in, I see. You can see the screen there, which is showing the numbers go up as people sign in. Don't forget that once you've put in your PIN number, you need to press either the finger on the screen or any of the letters. And then that will register. Then you're in. You signed in. And just while we do that, I'm going to, with sound effects, Just going to pour myself a drink. My particular choice tonight is a nice Hoegaarden. We'll give a shout out though to Brampton Brewery, a club sponsor, doing some great work. I ordered this morning and the delivery was made this afternoon. So great work from Brampton Brewery. I think their next delivery is Tuesday now. So if you do want to place any orders, I think you'll have to wait till you can get hold of them on Tuesday. But great work from Chris and the team there at Brampton Brewery. If I'd have had one, I'd have probably picked a Golden Bud tonight. Sticking to the Hoegaarden. So hopefully you're going to join me in having a drink while we have the quiz. So while we're waiting for people to sign in, of course we're indebted once again to Phil Tooley. Thanks Phil for providing some excellent questions tonight. We've got 20 questions. It's against the clock. If you watch the video, the quicker you answer, the more points you get. So each question is 30 seconds. And you'll get a multiple choice. And who knows, if you don't know the answer, what I would suggest is to hit it as soon as possible. Just any random guess, because the quicker you answer, the more points you'll get. So I'm just looking at the stream. For those of you who joined us last week, fortunately we're much better prepared this week, rather than a shaky iPhone to try and capture the screen. Managed to suss out the technical requirements. Surprised myself with that actually, because I'm not the best with technology, but managed to live stream properly. So I'm looking at the feed and I'm seeing a few questions. Somebody's asking what's the pin. Well, it's shown on the screen there, 51459. Presumably you've gone into buzzerpad.com. It's like Tim is having some Guinness Original. Good shout. I've not had Guinness for years. Used to drink that at one point. What we're going to do while we wait for people to sign in as well, we'll just tell you about the quiz. I say multiple choice, 20 questions provided by Phil. Against the clock, 30 seconds for each answer. So if you don't press an answer within 30 seconds, then you don't get penalised. There is that option, but I'm not that cruel. I just don't give you any points. But makes sense just to hit any letter, just to at least give yourself a sporting chance. James College says, I'm on the old red stripe. Ian, am I connected? Last week I thought connected, it wouldn't work. What I would say, Ian, is just to, if you press on your keypad, and there's some colours that come up at the top, then I think it says connected. So you see at the top of your keypad, it will say connected. Don't think there's any way that I can check until we actually start the game who's signed in. But what we'll do is we'll take a look. Before we start the first question, we'll take a look at who is signed in. Yeah, from Tim. Red stripe question mark. Give us 3 rings later so we know you're okay. Good shout. Yeah, great to see some of the live chat on the YouTube channel. So keep it going. I'll read some of the messages out when I can. Bit easier this week. I've not got to hold the iPhone and hold the questions and try to focus on the laptop all at the same time. So I was multitasking last week. A little easier this time, so you'll get a bit more factual stuff that Phil's provided, because won't be distracted by the problems of trying to film the laptop using my iPhone and trying to keep things very steady. So we'll delay kick-off a little. It's only just past 8 o'clock. I don't think we're all in a rush to get off. I think we've got plenty of time on our hands at the moment, all of us. So yeah, somebody's saying this is more entertaining than a Saturday match. Not now. I don't think. I think you can say that you're being entertained now. Well, apart from obviously there's no football, but Oh, that's good to see. Zeus has joined us, the reigning champion. I meant to give him a mention, so let's remind ourselves of last week, the very first one we did. Shaky iPhone and all. Just going to make a note of those names because I'm going to give those a shout out. It's going to be interesting to see if the same names appear at the top of the leaderboard. So we had Zeus, who won. Then it was Westbar's Spyrite and Lee, Leigh, if there's any confusion. So hopefully they've all joined us. I've seen Tim is here, and also Zeus. Not sure if Lee is with us as well. So don't know if any of you have been doing any last minute revision to try and get the answers of some ones that I don't think you'll find on the internet very easily. Phil's come up again with some great questions, so thanks to Phil for that. Approaching 80 people now, so I think we had 80 signed in last time. So we'll give it, shall we give it a couple of minutes just to see if any more join us. On my screen, it's same as yours now, 77. So we'll give it a couple of minutes and then we'll get underway. So slightly delayed kickoff. Can't blame the crowd queuing up outside the stadium on this occasion, just waiting for people to join us. So if you have just joined us, if you're just watching on YouTube, buzzerpad.com is what you need to go on with your other device. Technically you could actually run off one device, but you probably have to have a laptop with two screens open. You could watch the YouTube stream and then set up a virtual keypad. So yeah, I'll make it 5 past now. So if we wait until 7 minutes past, because one or two people still, the latecomers, I think who've just come from the bar, the ones that always walk in front of you when you're in the press box trying to see the action, and they've just come out of hospitality. So 80 we're up to now, which is all good. I was hoping we might be able to reach 3 figures. Crawling there slowly. 82 we're up to now. I'm slightly ahead of you, so I can see the ones that are coming in. 83. Would be great if we got 100, but I think we're going to fall short of that if we want to get underway in a couple of minutes or so. So Andrew Norton is asking, what's the theme again? No, it's not a music quiz, as Tim suggests. It is all things Spyrites. Gary asking, he's only got a tablet, can I still take part? Technically, yes, you could do, but you'd have to be swapping from one to the other. You'd have to be swapping from the live stream to buzzerpad.com. If you can do it, great. I just think it's easier if you've got 2 devices. You're looking at the live stream and then you're using your virtual keypad. So I'm reluctant just to cut it off just now because we keep getting a few people joining us. 86 we've got. So if everybody's happy to wait for a minute or two, just to see if we get up to that magical 3-figure mark. 86 on board. I think we're going to finish just short of 100, but as the word spreads and we keep this going every week, and I'm sure we'll get up to that 3-figure mark. So it seems to slow down now. Perhaps we've got everybody who was intending to join. So will we get underway? Yeah, I think we shall. Oh, 87. Just nipped in just before I'm about to press start. So I think people can actually join midway through. I'm pretty sure they can. I'm still learning about this all the time. So let's get underway. 88 now. Okay, so what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to look at the leaderboard before we've even got a leaderboard. So we can see actually who's here. So, Eastern Spyrite, I think played the other week. Westbar Spyrite, Veiled Madness, welcome aboard. Marcia, Beachy Cotters Spire Power, Moss CFC, Flip Flop Fondop. I got Big DH2, Sammy TB, Pooch, ADI Gord, MG Spires. Let's go further down the list. No Pembo, no Party. I remember that name from last week. Spyrite Phil. Newton Spyrites. Not sure. Might have seen him last week. Brimington Spyrite. Pedro 1866. Oh, Lee as well. So third place Lee. So I think we do have then the top three who are competing from last week. No Cheating Tina. I think it's a bit of a private joke. I'm in on that one. Emma Tooley. So sure Dad won't have been passing on any answers there. So Moondog. Jarvis Cockup we've got as well. North Wingfield Spy Newbold. Let's have a look further down. Zeus we have there is 74. I think this is in the order that people have signed in. So we do have 90 listed there. But just one final reminder, just to press, if you've signed in and put in the PIN code, then you need to also press the finger or one of the letters just to activate it. So, without further ado, let's get into the quiz. So, okay, which of these players whose surnames match English towns did not make his Chesterfield debut in the 21st century? Was it Graham Hyde, Sam Lancaster, Andy Richmond, or Craig Dudley? Don't forget, answer as quickly as you can to get as many points as possible. Ten seconds remain. Quickly, if you've not already had a go, just press anything just so that you've got at least a chance of picking up some points. And the answer is Craig Dudley. So Phil advises me that Craig made his debut in 1999. So how many got that right? The right answer. And that was the most popular one, 27. 22 going for Graham Hyde, 20 for Sam Lancaster, and 14 for Andy Richmond. So after the first question, who's at the top of the leaderboard? So is that LS Ian? LS Ian, then Reedy? Not sure what's happened there. Let's just move the screen. It's just showing 0 at the moment. It will have counted, but I'm not sure why it's not actually. Move on to the next question. So who scored Chesterfield's first ever home goal in the National League? Was it Zavon Hines? Was it Charlie Carter? Was it Mark Antoine Fortuné? Or was it Curtis Weston? "15 seconds remain. And the answer is Charlie Carter. So Charlie scored twice in the 3-0 win over Aldershot. If you remember his second effort, great solo effort, beating several players on the run. And he was the first ever home goal scorer for the Spyrites in the National League. So how many got that right? 40 getting that right. So half, I make it, half the people who got that. So the leaderboard, it's caught up with us. So we have Westbar Spyrite at the top, second last time round. Collie is just level. If you see the ones on 30, the difference is the time that they've answered. So it does have a way of splitting people on the same score. So Westbar Spyrite, the early pace setter with Collie. John Howard's All-Stars, Big Trev, Beachy, Reggie for POTY, so they're all on 30. Can't see Zeus at the moment, so let's have a look further down, see if down in 39th place. So Lee there in 31st place, the third place last week. Let's move on to the next question. So which of these ex-Spirites has not scored a National League goal against Chesterfield this season? Is it Brad Barry, Goziugwu, Christian Dennis, or Jake Beasley? The answer is Christian Dennis. So Christian scored against the Spirites in the FA Trophy, but not in the league. So who did that fool? 33 got that right. So popular answer there. 20 going for Brad Barry, 22 for Goziugwu, and 15 for Jake Beasley. Good point from Zeus. I'm glad somebody's on the ball. It points out on the live feed. The first one was a test question. I forgot I'd left that in as a test question. So first one didn't count. It was just to show you how it works. Forgot I'd left that in from last week, the test question. So that's why nobody scored after the first one. So my fault there. Apologies for that. I'll rectify that one for next time. But nothing lost there. It just means that we just didn't have that first one as counting for anybody. So let's take a look at the leaderboard. So Collie on 60, just ahead of West Bar's Spirite, and then clearing third place Reggie for POTY. So that's the top three as it stands. Moving on to the next question. So Anthony Spirou made 7 appearances for Chesterfield this season on loan from Norwich City. How many of them were for the full 90 minutes? Was it 0? Was it 1? Was it 2? Or was it 3? So 0, 1, 2, or 3. The options, 10 seconds remaining. And the answer is 0. So Anthony Spirou, longest he managed was 71 minutes. That was in the FA Cup at Wrexham. So how many got 0? Again, most popular answer 43. 37 of you thought it was B, and 9 for C. So leaderboard time. West Bar Spirite leading from the front. Newton Spirites goes up to second place in 77. Carlos now third place on 76. Moss CFC. And just looking further down the list, Zeus, the reigning champion, down in 37th place. So plenty of time still to make up lost ground. Presuming the ones at the bottom, well, maybe that they've signed in properly but not got any answers right yet. So let's move on. Okay, which of these Chesterfield managers led the team to the most wins? Was it Paul Hart? Or was it Paul Cook, Roy McFarland, or Nicky Law? So the manager who led Chesterfield to the most wins, Paul Hart, Paul Cook, Roy McFarland, or Nicky Law? Around 10 seconds remain. Over 90 people now signing in. And the answer is Paul Cook. So Paul Cook, 65 wins from his 145 games. An impressive record, and that makes him the winner in this particular one. Interesting to see 93 people taking part. And let's see how many got Paul Cook as the correct answer. 50. The more than half getting that right. 23 thought it was Nicky Law. 14 for Roy McFarland. And 6 for Paul Hart. Okay, moving on. Well, in fact, let's take a look before we go on to the next one. We need to look at the leaderboard, of course. Westbar Spyrite still at the top of the pile, 116. Carlos on 99. Nort, new name in the top 3 on 95. Collie dropping down there on 87. We also see Ben Smith. Good to see him in 12th place. Some familiar names there. Let's go on to the next question. Okay, Chesterfield played 2 league games between their FA Cup semi-final matches in 97. What were the 2 games? Were they Brentford away and Millwall home, Brentford home and Millwall away, Brentford away and Millwall away, or Brentford home and Millwall home? I don't think I'll repeat those. A bit too much of a mouthful there. You can see them on the screen. So a combination of 2 matches played between the 2, well, the FA Cup semi-final and the replay in 97. Five seconds left. And the answer is A, Brentford away and Millwall home. So who remembered that from back in the day? Pretty much a split opinion. In fact, C being the most popular answer, but A was the right answer. So what effect has that had on the leaderboard? Westbar Spyrite still ahead, 140. Nort, 117. Moss CFC, 110. So, yeah, Westbar Spyrite opening up a 23-point lead at the top of the table. Ben Smith moving up to 8th place with 95. Moondog we see there on 79 in 16th. Lee finished 3rd place last week and moved up to 20th on 68. So still plenty of time for people to catch up. Next question. So of the opponents who scored against Chesterfield in the 2006-07 Carling Cup run, only one was not a full international. Which one? Was it Georgios Samaras, Marlon Harewood, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, or Darren Bent? Ten seconds left, so get your answers in. The answer is Marlon Harewood. Marlon Harewood, the right one there. So how many went for B? 61. Didn't catch many of you out. Darren Bent, a popular choice at 20, but otherwise only 6 and 5 for the others, but 61 Marlon Harewood. What's that done to the leaderboard? Nort, we have a new leader. 142, just overhauls Westbar's Spyrite, who must have got that wrong because he was on 140. So Nort just edges ahead of Westbar's Spyrite. Then Beachy in 3rd place, Moss CFC on 134. Okay, on to the next question. What was the crowd for the 2012 JPT final win against Swindon Town? Was it 49,602, 46,902, 42,096 or 46,029? Again, I think I'll give that one a rest for repeating those again. You can see those on the screen, A, B, C or D. That's for the crowd for the game at Wembley, of course, the 2012 JPT final. Spyrites, of course, beating Swindon Town. An unforgettable day. 10 seconds left. So, if you've got no idea, just guess anything. A few seconds remain. And the answer is A, 49,602. Fairly even spread there. 27 getting it right out of about 90 who took part in that. I think Zeus saying he's got them right, but the points aren't totting up for him. So, yeah, don't know what's happened there, whether you've lost connection, Zeus, so apologies for that. Seems like you might be an issue at your end, because everybody else, I think, is coming up on the screen, so it might be a Wi-Fi issue, I'm afraid. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Oh, Westbar Spyrite coming back. 170 points ahead of Beachy on 164. Moss CFC in third place on 160. So Westbar Spyrite still performing very strongly. Let's move on. So in the 2014 JPT final against Peterborough United, who came on as a sub for Chesterfield before being subbed himself? Was it Ollie Banks? Was it Mason Bennett? Sam Hurd or Jay O'Shea? So it's a player who came on as a sub before being subbed himself against Peterborough in the 2014 JPT final. Ollie Banks, Mason Bennett, Sam Hurd or Jay O'Shea? 10 seconds left. And the answer is Sam Hurd. So see, only 11 getting that right. That threw quite a few people. Let's see what that's done to the leaderboard. Westbar Spyrite still there, 176 points ahead of Beachy. And 4 points behind him, Moss CFC. Let's take a look further down the pile. Let's see your name amongst these. Lee, who was third last week, in 27th this week. So we'll look further down. And let's see if we got... Yep, towards the bottom we've got a number on 0. So whether they've not signed in fully. So over 100 people tried to take part. It might have been an issue, them joining late and not signing in properly. But we've got what seems to be certainly 94 active players. Zeus there on 33, though he says on the live stream that he's got them right, but points aren't totting up. So yeah, clearly some issue with connection there. Let's move on. So Chesterfield's last league defeat in the 2013-14 title winning season came on March the 18th. In which match? Was it Plymouth Argyle home, Plymouth Argyle away, Accrington Stanley home or Accrington Stanley away? "15 seconds left. "5 seconds now. And the answer is Plymouth Argyle away. So Spyrite's lost 2-1, conceding straight after Richie Humphries equalised. How many got that right? 38. Almost as many putting Accrington Stanley away, just one less. Let's take a look at the leaderboard, as always. Westbar Spyrite still holding on at the top of the table, 196. Then LS Ian, 183. It's a new name in the top 3. Moss CFC's done well. Been there most of the way, I would say. Beachy back on 164 in 4th place. Okay, on to the next one. So who called Spyrite's legend Tommy Lee a real oddball in his autobiography? Was it Cristiano Ronaldo? Was it Gerard Pique, Edwin van der Sar or Paul Scholes? So one of those former Manchester United players calling Tommy Lee a real oddball. Cristiano Ronaldo, Gerard Pique, Edwin van der Sar or Paul Scholes? Few seconds remain. The answer is Gerard Pique. And an interesting note from Phil Tooley. It says because he called him that because Tommy once ate a tube of shaving foam when sharing digs with Pique. Well, I knew about the sharing the digs bit. I didn't know that Tommy was into eating shaving foam. So quite bizarre. Let's take a look at how many got that right. 35 got that right. Nobody going for Ronaldo. So what's that done to the leaderboard? Westbar Spyrite still there. 226 ahead of LS Ian, 211. Then Moss CFC 180. So we're just over the halfway mark now. Okay, Chesterfield have always had a good record against Rotherham United from the first league meeting in 1923. How many straight games did the Spyrites win? So straight victories for the Spyrites over the Millers, 9, 11, 13 or 15. Five seconds remain. Answer 9. And that was the least popular answer, so that could have made things interesting at the top. Only 10 people getting that right. And Phil informs me that Chesterfield lost the 10th meeting with the Millers 5-2 at Saltergate. So take a look at the leaderboard. Westbar Spyrite, 250 extends his lead at the top. So a very healthy lead there over LS Ian. And then Beachy in third place. So largely unchanged, the top three for the last couple of questions or so. Let's move on to the next question. So which of these players scored the most goals for Chesterfield? Was it Craig Davis, Mark Richards, Gary Roberts or Christian Dennis? Five seconds remain. So the answer, Christian Dennis. Got a bit of a technical issue just to attend to here. Okay, we're still on air, fortunately. That was a bit of a scary moment. So Christian Dennis, the answer there. How many got that one right? Only 20. A lot going for Craig Davis. In fact, I think when I was thinking about this, although obviously I had the answers from Phil, but I must admit I was surprised. I think I would have gone for Craig Davis had I not been given the answer. So easy to see my people have got caught out with that one. So what's that done at the top of the leaderboard? Well, Westbar Spyrite has got that wrong. I think he was on 250 before. So LSE, though, not able to close the gap. Still sizable gap at the top. Naught in third place on 192. So we move on to the next question. So which of these players has been sent off the most times for Chesterfield? Dave Caldwell, Steve Blatherwick, Sam Morsey or Jamie Hewitt? Ten seconds remain. Caldwell, Blatherwick, Morsey or Hewitt? And the answer is Jamie Hewitt. Sent off 7 times for Chesterfield. I suppose it's the law of averages, one of the highest appearance makers for the Spiralites. See who or how many got that right. Only 12. Not surprisingly, Dave Caldwell getting 44 people going for him. I seem to remember one particular season he got sent off several times, but overall it was Jamie with 7 red cards to his name. The leaderboard time: West Bar Spirite 250, LS Ian 211, and then Beachy third place with 210. Somebody just putting on there actually that you click your answer before the timer starts and you don't get any points. That's interesting. Wasn't even aware of that. It doesn't tell me that anywhere. So that's something I think we need to address for next time, that if you do jump the gun and go before the timer, then you don't get the points. So one to be aware of. Let's move on to the next question. So who was sent off 3 minutes after coming off the bench against his former club in 2003? Was it Gus Uhlenbeek? Was it Roger Willis, Shane Bradley, or Shane Nicholson? Can press, by the way, as many times as you want, but you can't change your mind. So once your answer is put in there, it's locked in. You can't change your mind. 10 seconds remain. Few seconds left, and the answer is C, Shane Bradley. A note from Phil about Shane: it was 1-1 at the time, but Mansfield scored a last-minute winner. I looked at Shane's record for the Spiralites: 2 goals in 9 league appearances, and now, well, according to the latest entry on his Wikipedia page, now works for Eon after a spell as a non-league manager. So let's see what that's done to the leaderboard. West Bar Spirite still ahead, 275 from Beachy on 237 and LS Ian. Let's have a look further down. You see your name on the list. And then we go right down past the 100 mark, which I'm pleased about. I was hoping that we'd get 100 plus competitors tonight, and we have. So let's move on to the next question. So who scored Chesterfield's final goal of the 21st century, a last-minute winner at home to Brentford? Was it Ryan Williams, David Reeves, Steve Wilkinson, or Jonathan Howard? So the final goal of the 21st century for the Spiralites: Ryan Williams, David Reeves, Steve Wilkinson, or Jonathan Howard? And the answer is David Reeves. So B, the correct choice there. And 48 if you're getting that right. Leaderboard time: West Bar Spirite. Can anybody catch him? 297. He's been quite an early pace setter and taking some stopping tonight. Beachy in second place, 259. Then LS Ian, 236. Moss CFC and Nort have both been up there for most of the way. Okay, the next question. In the final match of Dean Saunders' tenure as Chesterfield manager, which former Spirite was on the score sheet? Was it Nicky Ajose? Was it Gary McSheffrey, Leon Clark, or Mark Richards? So 5 seconds remain. And the answer is Nicky Ajose scored 2 for Swindon in a 4-0 defeat. 41 getting that right. The most popular answer. Does that change things at the top? It doesn't in terms of the leadership. West Spars, Sparright still ahead 3-2-2. Then Beachy on 289. Then LS Ian. Few more questions remain. So Jordan Bowery scored 5 goals in 3 games. 5 goals in. Let me read that. I think I've done. Yeah, 5 goals in 3 games in 8 days. That should be in November 2011. Which of the statements about that scoring spree is false? Is it that the 3 games had 3 different outcomes, a win, a loss and a draw? The 3 games are all in different competitions. They were all at the Proact Stadium, or all of the goals were in the second half. So 4 different statements, and which of those is false? 10 seconds remain. And the answer is D. All of the goals were in the second half. That was the false one. It's confused quite a few people. Only 19 getting that right. So does that alter things, I should say, at the top of the leaderboard? Let's take a look at it now. A West Bar Sparright 345, Beachy 289, LS Ian 288. It's going to take some stopping now. At the top, we might be seeing our winner as being West Bar Sparright, improving on last week's 2nd position. So the penultimate question, which of these strikers have made the most Chesterfield appearances before scoring their first goal? Was it Caleb Folan, Chris O'Grady, Mark Richards or Tom Denton? So making the most appearances for Chesterfield before scoring their first goal for the club, Caleb Folan, Chris O'Grady, Mark Richards or Tom Denton. 10 seconds remain. And the answer is Mark Richards. So Phil tells me he scored in his 9th appearance for the club. How many got Mark Richards as the correct answer? So only 7. 57 thinking it was Chris O'Grady. Didn't have the best of times at Chesterfield, but he got off the mark before then. So Mark Richards scoring in his 9th appearance. Take a look at the leaderboard. 345 West Bar Sparright. So he cannot be overtaken now. We do have a new winner. Only 30 points up for grabs. So Beachy is fighting it out with LS Ian for 2nd place. Potentially Moss CFC could get into the top 3. Let's go on to the final question of the night. So Joe Anion made 22 appearances in goal for Chesterfield. How many clean sheets did he keep? Was it 0? Was it 1? Was it 2? Or was it 3? So how many clean sheets did Joe Anion keep in his 22 appearances for the Sparright? 0, 1, or 0, 1, 2, or 3? Ten seconds remain. Answer was 3. That's in the wins against Crawley and Exeter and the draw at Dover. So let's see the final outcome. the top three first of all. And the winner this evening is West Spa Spyrite, followed by Beachy, and then LS Ian just 1 point off the top two. So well done to West Spa Spyrite. Also congratulations Beachy and LS Ian. Take a look further down. Moss CFC performing well, and Nort both doing well early on, dropping away. Mary on 238, TB, Lee, who finished third last week, he scored 232. Susie Bell 231, Pedro 1866. So the top 10 there. Further down, Newton Spyrite, Sparky, Ollie, Moondog, John Bennett, the Backheaders, Pooch, Carlos. Further down, Daz Spire, Ben Smith, Kev Wag, Lids, Reggie for POTY, DCS, Kalo Jace, Alfie Spire. Newcastle Spyrites, DH, Bomper and Antitina. The Scots, Jamwinger, Ben R, Your Mum, Sunningdale, ADI Gord, Paddy 88, Tony Tesco, Jarvis Cockup, Collie, CFC Turners, Anthony and Danny B. Then we go down to Owen, Spire Power, Danny P, Emma Tooley, M145, Spire Newbold 93, John Howard's All Stars, Big DBH2, Ray Tupper, Big D Barry, Spyrite Phil, Larry Lightweight, Sammy D Fletch 89, Chili 80AW, Vale Madness, Big Trev, Pumpkin Donuts, Kevs, Eastan Spyrite, No Cheating Tina, Tom, No Pembo, No Party, Brimington Spyrite, Pendo, North Wingfield, Reedy, Pinky Red, Speedy, Jakesy, Fat Carl 2. Now I'm committed to reading them all out now. I think I perhaps should have packed in earlier, but Kev P, The Barker, Turn, Gaz, Nicky Phil, Fraz Dog, Cotters, David, Ian T. Still we're going. M&G Spires, Beast Andrew, Spyrite Jim, Flip Flop Fondop, Glinifred, Zeus. I think Zeus perhaps gave up. Perhaps he was either suffering from technical difficulties with his Wi-Fi, or perhaps was he answering too soon. It appears that if you press before the buzzer, then the answer doesn't count. So I can't see that Zeus would have gone from 1st to 89th. So it will we'll give him some slack there. Jimmy True Sight, Spire Phil 91st place, Kev but not Davies, Bruno's Boot, Jack's 9, Oliver's Army, Goo, It's Bolted, Zeus again. I'll see what's happened here. Zeus has then signed in again. So yeah, sorry about that, Zeus. Don't know what happened there. Joe B. Still we go. Scouser, Baxter, Rabbit Dave, LS Ian. I think that's second time he's perhaps signed in. So yeah, I think one or two technical issues that we need to take into account for next week. It does appear that perhaps if you press your answer before the timer, then it doesn't count. But hope you've enjoyed it. And thanks once again to Phil Tooley for providing the questions. Some great questions there, Phil. Also just time to tell you about Saturday's live stream. We're showing classic matches every Saturday. And this Saturday we're going to show the remarkable 5-all draw at home to Crewe Alexandra. That was in 2010. An incredible game. So we'll look forward to that. We'll be back on YouTube Live at 3 PM. Or just before 3 PM we'll start the match at 3 PM. And watch the whole match. So don't miss that. If you're available on Saturday afternoon, we're giving you your football fix. Hope you've enjoyed it once again tonight, and we'll be back once again at the same time next week with another quiz. So in the meantime, stay safe and thanks for joining us.